Okay, since you've been gone, I did a little housekeeping. I figured it might be easier to have the table on the left and have some work area on the right. Okay, so the question now is, how many ways are there to deal out 4 cards? If you haven't figured out the answer yet, hit pause on this and try to work it out. If you have tried to figure it out, I wish you were here in class with me so I could ask you, what do you think? But the answer is less important than how you get the answer. So let's walk through how to get the answer to see if you can figure out why the answer makes sense. So I left up this. These are the 6 ways that you can do 3 cards. I'm going to go back to Max's deck of cards here and pick up a 4th card. And the 4th card now is a spotted water snake. A spotted water snake. We can't use S because S has already been used. So we're going to use P for the second letter in the word spotted. So now we've got 4 cards. And what I want you to think about is this. I want you to think about this. We have this 4th card. Where's my chalk? Here it is. So if we have 6 ways to arrange 3 of the cards, we can then add the spotted water snake to the front of those 6. And that still gives us 6 ways for these. So assuming you got the 4th person now, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th person. Assuming the 1st person gets the spotted water snake, then the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th people can get the remaining 3 cards like this. Hopefully that makes sense. But who's to say that the 1st person gets the spotted water snake? Spotted water snake. It's cold out here and it's hard to say that fast. Who's to say the 1st person gets the spotted water snake? Maybe the 1st person instead gets the turtle. So maybe I'm going to use this space right here in a second. Maybe the 1st person gets the turtle. And you might have noticed I just wrote 6 T's. And the reason for that is now you've got 3 cards left. The spotted water snake, the gecko, and whatever the S stood for, which I've totally forgotten now. You've got P, G, and S left. So you've got 3 cards left. But you already know that 3 cards can be dealt out 6 ways. So if you start with the turtle, there's going to be 6 ways to deal out the remaining 3 cards if you start with the turtle. So if you start with the spotted water snake, you've got 6 total ways to deal out all the cards. If you start with the turtle, you also have 6 ways to deal out all of the cards. If you start with the gecko, you've got 6 ways to deal out all the cards. And if you start with whatever the heck S stood for, which I've totally forgotten by this point, there's additionally 6 ways to deal out all the cards. So what we kind of did, which is kind of fun, was we used the previous number to help us get this number. Because now I think we know what it is. I think it's this plus that plus that plus that. So it's 6 plus 6, it's 24 possible ways to deal out all the cards. 24, oh, more stuff on the floor. 24 possible ways to deal out all the stuff on the floor. Okay? So what's cool is we didn't actually have to write them all out. I mean, if we wanted to, I don't think anybody wants to, we could sit here with these 4 cards all day long and do like I did before, which is, I don't even have enough fingers, which is move them around little bit by little bit until we figured them all out. And that works great like for 3 cards or fewer. But the problem is once you start getting into these possibilities where there's so many options, it's easier to look for shortcuts. So I hope this makes sense. And what I want you to try now is I want you to hit pause and try to figure out 5. What if we've got 5 cards? Can you figure out how to use the previous number that we've got of 24 and figure out how that can help us figure out 5. Give it a shot. Okay, we're back. Okay, so this one here relied on this one here. So we figured out, okay, to figure out how many ways to deal out 4 cards, we know there are 6 ways to deal out 3. So all we've got to then do is figure out, if you fix the first card then you've got 1 less card and you know the answer to 1 less card. So for 5 cards, I think we can do the same thing. We know that if we add the 5th card, I have to look at what it is. The 5th card is a West African dwarf crocodile, and I'm glad I'm not writing down letters anymore because I'm running out of space and I'm running out of memory. But if you start with the West African dwarf crocodile, there are going to be 24 ways to arrange the last 4 cards. So the first card is the crocodile. Then there are 24 ways to write out the other 4 cards. But that's assuming you start with the crocodile. You could also start with the turtle, which would also have 24 ways. And you could also start with the spotted water snake, which would also have 24 ways. But you could also start with the gecko, which would also have 24 ways. And you could start with the, I forget what S stands for, but you could start with whatever S stands for, and you'd also have 24 ways. So you'd have 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 plus 24 ways, 48, 96, 120 ways to do 5 cards. So you can use the previous number, just like this one. Let me grab my eraser real quick. Just like this one here. This 24 was equal to 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. And actually, if you want to get really fancy, we didn't have to use it for this, but this 6 is 2 plus 2 plus 2. And that's actually, even this 2 is 1 plus 1. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at that little pattern right there. And in the next video, we're going to explore the math of that pattern and see how it can help us count more efficiently. See you in the next video.